This video contains information specifically for Canadian Armed Forces members, reservists, or veterans. Before continuing with this video, please view the video entitled A Guide to Certification for All Applicants, in which you'll learn about the requirements to apply for certification as an applied science or engineering technology technician or technologist. You'll also learn how to navigate the Engineering Technology Canada website. From the engineeringtechnologycanada.ca website homepage, which you can see on your screen, under the Getting Started tab, you'll want to click on Canadian Armed Forces. The knowledge and skills you obtained in the military are highly valued by employers and may be directly transferable to certification for a civilian career as a technician or technologist. Before starting to fill in the online application form, you can confirm your eligibility for certification by checking the Canadian Armed Forces Career Comparison. You'll access this by clicking on the Review Comparison tool at the bottom of the page. This will take you to a page where you'll scroll to the bottom to compare your experience by clicking on the Canadian Armed Forces Division, Army, Navy, or Air Force, and then selecting your military trade or occupation from the drop-down list. After clicking on the link, you'll find the comparable technologist or technician discipline. If your military occupation or trade is not listed, you'll need to get additional information by returning to the Canadian Armed Forces section of the website and scrolling down the page. There you'll find two additional resources that compare military to civilian careers. The first external resource is NAPL. This stands for the National Advanced Placement and Prior Learning Program. This service provides a more detailed comparison of your CAF Member Personnel Record Resume, or MPRR, to the certification requirements for the technician or technologist discipline. The provincial associations will use the NAPL tool to evaluate your CAF experiences, detailed within your MPRR, and the certification requirements as a technician or technologist. The NAPL comparison will identify if there are any gaps and recommend what is required to fill them. The second external resource is the Military Occupational Structure Identification Code, or MOSID, which lists military occupations and matches them to the Canadian National Occupation Classification, or NOC code, for civilian occupations. When completing your application, you'll need to enter the NOC code, so make sure to note down the NOC code that best aligns to your military role. You should now know whether to apply for certification as a technician or a technologist. Now you're ready to click on Go to Certification page. It's important to note that your CAF career level or rank will help determine if you should apply as a technician or as a technologist. Some CAF trade, occupation, or career levels do not meet the certification requirements, which means you may be required to describe additional experience or education to support your application. You should also know your primary discipline. To select your certification discipline, click on Go to Disciplines. You're now ready to begin completing the application form by clicking on the Apply box. First, select the province in which you want to be certified and registered. If you select Alberta, Ontario, or Quebec, you will be redirected to the online application form for the selected province. For all other provinces, please continue to fill in the application form provided on this website. The information you enter will be automatically submitted to the province you select. Next, you'll need to create your application account and begin entering the requested information. When you get to the section that asks, "Where did you receive your education?" enter Canada and be sure to upload your CAF MPRR and, if applicable, the transcript of grades from any other education or courses you may have completed that are not listed on your MPRR. In the section that requests the name of the education institution, enter the Canadian Armed Forces program and where the training took place. For example, Collège Militaire Saint-Jean, Quebec. In the Work Experience section of the application form, enter information about your military service. If you have work experience other than the CAF that is relevant to your technology discipline, be sure to complete the Add Employment section of the application form. When selecting 3 or more people to provide technical references, be sure to include correct email addresses and phone numbers. You should inform your referees or references that you are applying for certification as a technician or technologist and seek their agreement to complete an online reference form to confirm you have the competencies you claimed. Finally, be sure to scan and upload your CAF Member Personnel Record Resume, or MPRR, and other required documents to your application. If further assistance is needed, please contact the provincial association that you plan to apply with to discuss your certification options. Before you click Submit, you'll want to review the information, make any changes or corrections, and use the CAF applicant checklist of required documents to upload.